Oh, I'm live. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to set up the thing. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Conquering History Games. We have a vote thing here, but honestly, I don't think I'm going to put this to a vote because it's too esoteric. It's just one of those things that it's like, it's really esoteric and at the same time something that I think a lot of people probably barely care about. I think my color has changed a little bit, though. It kind of looks like I'm pink tinged now, or like maybe a magenta. True red, so hard to find. Anyway, so what this event is right now we've got Levetsky in charge. Who I don't remember if I had read his thing before, but he believes in synthetic communism, who are just, I don't know. I mean, you could almost say it's like they're center left, or meaning left, meaning they're griller communists, or I don't know if that would be the best way to do it, but they're. I mean, it's the VST in charge, and they're essentially like, we're going to do the syndicalism thing, but we want to bring everybody in as much as we can that is on the left. Whether you're a Marxist, I mean, they're all Marxists, I guess. But, like, we're going to bring in the hardline communists. We're going to bring in people who were social democrats. We're going to do syndicalism. And then, yeah, it's the new center, I guess, is the concept here. So Premier Levitsky has managed to unify Russian socialists and revolution, but now begins the real struggle: governance. After the initial cabinet proposal was shot down by the Congress. Actually, I am going to do the finger thing for this one because there's a lot of information here, so this way you guys can track it. Dang it. YouTube's giving me an error message. Okay, this is the one where it says it's not smooth, but it is smooth. Anyway. After the initial cabinet proposal was shot down by the Congress, it became clear that finding a government that would satisfy everyone, Levitsky's own supporters, the Danists, or the Danists, I don't know, the communists and the Essers, is much easier said than done. Each group is jealous of the other gaining too much power. The very functioning of our republic relies on support from the SRs, but our own party naturally wishes for true Marxists to wield the most power. The right and the left are already at each other's throats, and Levitsky's own supporters wish for him not to compromise with others too much. We are here to fulfill Levitsky's vision, not someone else's. So we can lead towards Dan and Abramovich. They are reliable, so this will give us a greater monthly population growth, increase our stability. It's going to hurt conscription laws, but political advisors will cost less. Now, you see, he likes to wait until I'm streaming and meow like that. So then he's like, oh, he's talking to people. I gotta make up. We can do Daniel Sulmalov, which will help with our production efficiency growth and political power gain, plus 10%. That's pretty sweet. That would be about a 0.12 more a day right now. And of course, it's going to change relations with each of the branches. Or if someone can manage the communists, it's Kamenev, which stability modifier gets increased, and so does construction speed. So like I said, it's a little too esoteric because I noticed that VST United doesn't actually do anything right now. I don't know if there's going to be changes to that later. Political advisor costs minus 25% is pretty sweet. But the thing is, we are going to have to move off of volunteer only at some point. I'm pretty dang sure. I'm not saying we got to get crazy and eventually we're at all adults serve, 10 million dead stuff going on. But a plus 50% does stink. Plus extra stability is good. I think, though, that the plus 10% political power gain is the best option here because it's basically saying plus 10% cash flow. It's money can be exchanged for goods and services. Because political power gain, just a flat 10% all the time is going to help me with everything from conscription laws to political advisors, etc., etc., etc. So I think it's pretty darn good. So that's going to help our relations with the Danists. The SDS and RKPB are not going to be happy with that one. Well, I mean, the SDS is like the Social Democrats, whatever. What the heck? And I think Caesar just knocked something over. I'll do it. Okay, so wait a second. Oh no, has this? Did I accidentally private the stream? Dang it. Hold on. I need to fix this. Let me try reset. Huh. Go edit. Visibility public. Over here, no, details. Details. Here we go. Save. Okay, got it. All right. Who's the theorist I was eventually going to get? Not the strategic destruction guy. Yeah, we're still so far away from all of that. We're doing the self-determination. People, 61 days still to go here. Oh, wait, I haven't even read this Workers' Coalition thing. I probably should have done that before I started taking events. Dang it. Okay, so we took the first thing, whatever. 10% is good, 10% is good. I'm sure we're going to get other events. It's the 10% political power buff. It's too good, so whatever. Okay. The Workers' Coalition. Together we fought Savinkov. Together we shall remain as the great popular front of the Russian proletariat. The coalition is dominated by its two heavyweights, the All-Russian Union of Labor, or VST, and the Party of Socialist Revolutionaries, PSR. The VST supporters, largely found in major cities, proudly claim the mantle of communism in its various forms. Russia's vast rural regions are only supportive to us through their faith in the PSR, and for either of us, governing alone would spell doom. Let us hope Vladimir Levitsky will be more successful than Comrade Lenin. The Internationale shall be the human race. So, we've got... What the heck was that for a second? Relations with the All-Russian Union of Labor are the internationalist unity is supportive. So there's 7, we're not dealing with a split. The communists are at 4, the Danish at 4. So yeah, perfectly even. Relations with the socialist revolutionaries is at a 3, they are uncooperative. Relations with socialist democrats is 1, Bolsheviks is 3. If any relations hit 0, they will leave the Workers' Coalition. Okay. We got yet another new flag, by the way. Now we got the gray and the blue. I don't know what those actually mean, though. Just incidentally speaking. So we just gotta make sure. So we're gonna have to maybe throw a bone to the Social Democrats at some point here. On the other hand, they only make up 8% party popularity. So perhaps not. Oh, let's go check in on what's going on in America. Yeah, Chicago seems quite secure now. I think it's time to redraw these front lines here. Really like how that Norfolk situation is looking. I kind of there is a real part of me that thinks I need to move these tanks to the New England front. But the thing is, even if I click strategic redeployment, I'm just not sure it's going to be worth it because, yeah, I don't know. Hey there, Ikarik. Hola to you. I mean, the The Ohio front definitely looks like it's stabilizing. We've got divisions here, filling all the gaps. So I guess we will just try to keep pushing south here. You know, I would love to secure the coastline, that's for sure. And what's going on in Spain? Pretty much nothing because of that. Yeah, it must have been... How much time did we lose where they just wouldn't deploy out of Barcelona? Horrible. So we're just going to put these guys here, tell them to force push for Bilbao and do so aggressively. I don't think much is going to happen there, but it's something. I really don't... I'm honestly, I'm never too invested in the Spanish Civil War because Spain, it's just getting out of a three-way civil war when the Second World War goes down, and so it usually just gets eaten up by the Entente pretty quick. And like France kind of focuses to the east, and I mean, I'm not saying it's worse for you to have the CNT on your side as the Third International than not have it at all, but it's just like I don't think there's much to be gained by planning on Spain being the key to your victory in the Second World War. It'll just be unfortunate that France will have to hold another front here, but there's worse defensive areas in the Pyrenees. Nice if Italy did well, we'll have to see. Okay. Oh. Oh, we're about to hit 100 political power here soon. I might move us to 4-speed. Self-determination declaration. See what's going on over here. The federal structure of Russia has always been an imperialist half measure. How many have died in pointless clashes? Pointless clashes in Ingushetia or Chechnya or Semerekshi just because of Kornilovist militarism. How is that any different from the Prussians gunning down our brothers in Ukraine? In an almost unanimous vote, the Congress passed a declaration initiated by socialist revolutionary Gavril Alyunova, a famous independence fighter and people's revolutionary from Kushvashia. The declaration is a universal condemnation of imperialism and a call for all oppressed peoples of the world to rise up into common proletarian front. It clearly portrays the German Empire, the Habsburg Empire, and the Ottoman Empire as the primary offenders to national self-determination, and thus their destruction is necessary for the sake of humanity. The declaration also promises self-rule for the nationalities inside Russia, envisioning a kind of world union between proletarian countries of the world. Workers of the world, unite! Alright, Turkestan's actually getting pushed back by Camilla. Weren't they winning this war before? Oh, super duper. Let's check in on America. Checking in on America. You're right here. Are we force attacking? They force attacking? I think it's them force attacking, even though I'm pushing them. Dang it, they need to hold on. They've only got one division holding this supply right here, east of Charleston. This division, you need to be pushing here. I know they're making it, they're waiting for it to recover, but dang it. Not what we're looking for right now. Yeah, very happy this pocket's getting closed. Looks to be quite a few divisions in there, too. Chicago pocket, yeah, Chicago's probably very secure now. American Union State. It looks like the Federalists, maybe the problem is they went a little too hard going after Huey Long. And so that's why me and the Pacific States are making, quite a bit of progress. I think this is a pretty great situation we're in, really. Because, once you secure everything east of the Mississippi, barring an intervention from Canada, you're going to win. Because that's where the population is. That's where the Factories are and whatnot, so definitely feeling good about just about us going into Central Asia and my volunteers getting called back. Victory through firepower. Academy of Black Epaulets. This is not allowed yet. Lukachevsky. Sabline cannot be dismissed. Alright, whatever. So we're not going to do that. Then what else do I want to spend political power on, perhaps? Perhaps. Levendovniv. Not already hired elsewhere. Yeah, just none of these really speak to me. Military Marxist. Increases daily totalist support? That's funny. We have to do the, oh, right, there's a focus for him, right? Hold on. Military. Yeah, military Marxism here. Yeah. That's funny. He's just slowly triggering it. Okay, I guess we're just gonna be saving up political power then for a little bit. Unless besides Tankrograd, there's anything else I might think I might specifically need. The deposits have been known for over centuries till we put us in several euros. Effects when removed will get more steel and more factories. We always need steel. It's hard to have too much steel. Modernization, improved INZ. Wait, what? It's completed. Oh, so I can't have more than one of these going on at a time. Maybe I should actually do something about the stranglehold of German capital. I think we're gonna do. Where's the one where we're just gonna default? Yeah. His completed decision acquire the Buchtungs- und Kreditbank. So this one. 80! That's a -2. Okay, -2 and then -3. Well, that's going to be the fastest way. Oh, we're going to get a rebate, though. We'll get 50 political power back when we're done. So, the second largest bank in Russia, the Accounting and Loan Bank, the Ushsud Bank, was founded by German industrialists and has ever since served as a pathway for European money to get in and out of Russia freely. Additionally, the bank is a major creditor to the Russian government and has served as the primary financial connection between Germany and Russia. Merging them with the State Bank of Russia will be painful, but necessary. So this is the one you have to go one at a time. And we've already done socialization. Yeah, we'll do this. The rebate's going to make it not so bad. Yeah. I think we're taking the fastest route out, which is what I want. Okay, the Commissariat of Rehabilitative Labor. It is a great actually. So let me make the poll here. Okay. Just making the poll. Give me a sec. All right. So it is a great tragedy. Hey, Army Chowman joined us time for poll. Yes, he did. It is a great tragedy to our socialist system that some of the prison complexes abolished after Savinkov have been tacitly reopened to house an increasing number of dissidents. After the people's militias started to make mass arrests against Savinkovite dissidents and other anti-social agitators, The prisons have been overflowing, and the massive reduction of prison capacity after the fall of the Vzod has proven to be a mistake. Obviously, we do not wish to run a police state, but the other option is to let these people freely undermine the socialist system we are building. As the father of Russian socialism, Nikolai Chernyshevsky believed these people are not evil by nature, simply misguided, and will understand that socialism will improve everyone's life eventually. But until we are closer to communism, some amount of coercion may be needed. However, at this rate, we will be needing more prisoner capacity soon, and law enforcement has silently proposed to reopen some of the most modern prisoner camps. These will be organized under the Commissariat of Rehabilitative Labor, or the Kortrut, under the People's Ministry of Internal Affairs to ensure transparency. So we could do just the bare minimum, which will make syndicalism less popular. We'll get a re-education labor administration, which hurts our political power gain, but in return we'll get better resources and stability. If we say the ends justify the means, we'll get even less popular, and we'll take more political power loss a day, but our resource gain will be even better because we have more labor. And it's going to also modify the anti-socialist resistance. So anti-socialist resistance right now is chunking out 15% of our recruitable population stability and war support. So we'll get a plus 5% on all that. Or we could say just arrest fewer people, which is going to make all the anti-socialist resistance stuff even worse. But it means that the... you know what, guys? I'm sorry. I gotta close this poll, and I'm going to stop the poll and delete it, or delete the poll, and do a different one. Because it's got to be either the bare minimum or arrest fewer people. Well, actually, no, I will you know what? Just say in the chat. There's a few of us here. Just say in the chat what you think. Because the thing is, this modification here of, yeah, you know what? Never mind. I'm just going to make the damn poll again. Sorry. There's pros and cons to all these. I think there really is not an ideal option here at all. So I do want you guys to vote on it so then I don't have to make the decision. Because if we do the bare minimum, it's kind of like the least has changed. So it's like, not good, not bad. But if we do ends justify the means, we're going to take an immediate harsh hit, but we're also getting some anti-socialist resistance reduced. Well, dang, it's tough. Because, like, more stability is good. Daily political power gain loss is bad. You know, losing party popularity, bad. The relation with the SDS, I think, is going to just collapse. So basically, the Social Democrats will be officially out. But on the other hand, there's only 8% of them. And then there's arrest fewer people, which is going to make everybody happy, actually. But it's going to make the anti-socialist resistance in the country worse. So, yeah, you're out. Fuck, hip hurt my toe. Yeah, you're just kind of screwed, plain and simple. More viewers coming in now that there's a poll up, I guess. So I guess I'll give it a couple minutes to go. Let's see. Let me vamp. Let me... what do I want to talk about? Oh, I heard something completely freaking ridiculous today. I was so I need to get my prescription renewed for like what kind of vision I have. Because apparently I can't get contact lenses in the state of Texas unless I have one that's been done in like the last 12 months. Or something like that. And I called the place where I usually get my eyes examined, and that doctor moved, and then at the place he moved to, he doesn't offer eye exams anymore, which, I mean, he's been doing it for a while. I guess once you're a certain age and you're a doctor, you get to say, nah, I don't want to do exams anymore. So let someone else, let the young ones do that grind. But also, the actual physical location where I used to get my eyes done, no longer was there. Which means there's no records. which is why I have to get a new eye exam done. And everybody be sure to vote. Remember, I'm just kind of chatting till you guys have time to vote. So I started calling around because I went, okay, I need to find a new place to get my eyes done at. And some of these prices were fucking insane. So like for scale, I looked up what the Walmarts were gonna cost, and then I was lied to. I was told a price, and then when I went to go get the exam, I was told a price that was almost double that. And I went, okay, I'm leaving now. And the doubled real price was like $135. So then I start going, well, let me find something else. I start calling around. First place I call, they tell me an eye exam, you know, just look in the damn glass. We're gonna flick the thing, say better or worse, better or worse. $400+. Insane. I quickly got off the phone. I literally almost then called them back just to give them a piece of my mind. I really almost did it. I just couldn't freaking believe that. And then I did eventually end up finding something cheap. Cheaper than the Walmart one. But, geez, some people just be putting the price up, and it's like, hey, if someone's stupid enough to spend that money, we're not going to bring it down. It's like a gross version of I remember Ina from Whole Live doing a Passepartout that art drawing thing, and of course she's an artist, and she like set her price in game like, okay, I'm not gonna sell this for less than $150, and then I think like the game wasn't really built for. I don't know how the mechanics work of what makes the customers in that game want to spend more or less money. Like, I don't know what the algorithm is, but she was just saying like, you know, that is the price. You know, you gotta set. That's how you make it. Is if you want to seriously be a professional artist, you gotta set your price and then fucking stand by it. Stand by it. See, before I left my old government job, I ran around doing eye exams, medical tests, and license was all covered. Oh yeah, yep. That was the thing about being in the Army too. I mean, it's like, yeah, you're gonna get your annual exams because, you know, your body belongs to the government. They want to make sure it's working, right? And if it's not working, well, that's not their fault. Not related to service. Okay, yeah, I think that's enough time. Oh, wait, is that an update? They now show me on the poll how many minutes ago I put it up. Cool, I like that. So that's a good way to help you track. So, pretty clear win here for... I didn't even notice that at first. The Pacific States got Alaska. Then I think they always do if they break away. No, wait, no. Wait, do they? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, with 66% of the vote, we're going to go with yes, the ends justify the means. So good thing I just got that plus 10% political power multiplier because we're now going to be losing 0.1 a day. But we'll get some extra stability. And yeah, I think the SDS is now officially leaving because you'll see right there, they're at 0. And the Socialist Revolutionaries ain't too happy about things at the moment either. Oh, dang it. I think I missed a call. Sorry, guys. I gotta listen to a voicemail. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. All right. So we're acquiring the bank. The coalition is, I mean, yeah, leave. Go ahead. Take your piddling 8%. Oh, wow, 9% now. Take your 9%. We're going to consolidate out here. And we're not going to give a damn about you before you know it. Oh, we finished building that land facility, though, I think. Great. Providing breakthrough progress technology for land warfare. Gains experience daily, providing 0.2. Also, it's double this guy for bonus gains extra daily armor specialist, tank specialist. Wait, I think I actually have forgotten to do it. Unavailable require. Oh, right, because it requires breakthrough points. This guy. No, this guy's the better one. Yeah, Kushkin is definitely the better guy. At least right now, because this guy's just started though. I don't know if we'll use the flamethrower tank. Get a discount for that. Or military engineering vehicles, armored. Oh yeah. This is the one I want. Because I think the way it works, if I do this, armored engineer, maintenance, armored signal, etc., then that means I don't have to manually do it over here. Because you see how like there's this armored maintenance and whatnot. So like I could research it individually if I want, or I could just do a special project and like get all this stuff done. Alright, civilian factories. We got some more opening up here. Do I want to build anything else? Like, oh my gosh, like do a nuclear research facility. Get freaking crazy about it. Oh, I'm gonna get caught up building these and it's not efficient for what I need to be doing. Aircraft rockets and related electronics. Do I not have more 100 infrastructure places? Oh, I did. You know what? Yeah, so we do need to focus in on that. Oh, there's one down here. Am I allowed to? No, I'm not allowed to build there. Oh, naval thing has to be on the naval area. That makes sense. You can do we want to start building a naval a nuke thing this early? Kind of do want to, really. You know what? F it. Nuke research facility in Petrograd. Okay, now right now this is gonna take. It's gonna take almost a year to build. Why not? Some say why, I say why not. And that'll get better, that'll get better. It's because the infrastructure thing, this has to finish. This is actually going to finish in August, so that's going to take about a month. And then when it's done, it's going to modify the Petrograd. I mean, it's going to modify the nuclear research facility. And then after that, let's just do... I mean, then the 7 crawler will be down here, so we will consistently be having some infrastructure being built. Is it ideal? No. It's going to be fun, though. I think. I'm just saying, if we get... Ideally, we're going to get to Berlin before we need to hurl a nuke. But won't we be glad we had him? Or, you know, we can do some rockets and stuff, you know. I don't really play with the rockets. And I just never... Been back on my Gravity's Rainbow read attempt. I think I've talked about this before. How like I don't want to think about how many times I've like read the part 1 section of that book, and I just like then fall out of the habit and I don't finish it. But I'm really gonna try to get lightning speed, considering all the permits and paperwork. Yeah, exactly. This delegation wants support. I mean, are they socialists? What the heck? The war against the Zhangji clique. I mean, they're paternal autocrats. You know what? I'll put this to a poll. And then I'll talk about Gravity's Rainbow. Okay, so full support, partial support, or ignore. Please keep in mind that if you're somebody who votes on the basis of role play, I mean, you can roleplay any damn thing. That these are paternal autocrats. This is not like where over here we were supporting socialists. So it was like, okay, that's an obvious decision. That doesn't need to go a poll. Think about it. Anyway, so yeah, I've been doing Gravity's Rainbow, and the thing that I'm doing this time, which I think is maybe going to be the successful way to do it, is I read the I'm using the Weisenberger guide, the companion to Gravity's Rainbow. Actually, I'm fortunate enough to have like the second edition of it, so there's extra stuff in there. So I read through that first, and then I read the chapter, because you see the thing was that in Ulysses. Well, I mean, kind of Ulysses, I was doing a little bit of a mix. And yeah, you know, Ulysses, I know Gravity's Rainbow is always compared to Ulysses, but because they're both like these modernist classics and famously dense and difficult to get through. But I think there is a little bit of a difference between the kind of esoteric specific knowledge you need in Gravity's Rainbow compared to Ulysses. Because in Ulysses, there's much reference to like literature. It's, how do I say it? Like Ulysses is very much a book that is written by a writer for writers and to antagonize academics, as to paraphrase what James Joyce himself said. But Gravity's Rainbow is more, you need to know, it's almost pop culture references. Like it's referencing slogans and products and pop culture things that like 1940s people would know. And of course, having a working knowledge of World War II is very nice, which I think if you're in this stream, you have that. You're like, I already learned all the World War II lore. That's why I had to start playing Kaiserreich lore. I had to learn a second lore. But it's like, so Gravity's Rainbow, I end up sometimes feeling I don't need to have the companion. Because it's like talking about Batman. You know, so Batman's been around since, what was it, 30s? So it's like, oh, I know what Batman is. Like, I understood that reference. You know, it's closer. It's made, like 60 years after Ulysses, so it's a lot closer in the timeline in terms of being able to understand its references. But the thing is, it's one of those things, like with Ulysses, I feel that you can kind of get by, not, like, genuinely you can get by not knowing some of the references, because it's stuff like, I feel like with Ulysses you could work your way through the material and you're going to still understand the plot and understand the concepts that he's getting into. You know, you don't need to. So maybe if you're somebody who didn't have like a super annotated or like a encyclopedia to Ulysses, or like an annotated version of Ulysses, you're still going to get something out of it without knowing, oh, this section of this chapter is in reference to fucking this Irish Catholic writer in the 15th century or whatever. Like you don't need to know that to get through Joyce's stuff. Actually, that specific example I just used is from Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, which is so maybe that was a bad example, but the new Absolute Batman. I've been hearing a couple references here and there to Absolute Batman. Let's see where this goes. Also, Castlevania Nocturne, I don't have Netflix right now. I'm gonna maybe get it like next month or something, so I can go through Nocturna and some other things. I did see at a friend's house, though, the first several episodes of Nocturne, and I was really liking it. It's funny when the main character's mother dies, which is not a spoiler, it's in the first freaking episode. That's like establishing his shit. His mama got killed by vampires. We need revenge. But I was joking with my friend. I was saying they gotta kill her. She's too hot because her character model. He brought up an excellent point. It's a vampire show. Everybody's hot, and everybody is freaking hot in that show. Like all the dudes are jacked. It's awesome. Oh, you didn't know Doobie was Ame? Yep. She do be back. Yeah, the parents will survive. It's the you're in the flashback sequence for the main character in the first episode. What do you think is going to happen to the parents? Like, talking about Batman, it's just like, whoa, I watched this Batman movie and they killed his parents in the first 10 minutes. It was crazy. I mean, people criticize Batman movies for doing that, but at the same time, it's like, that's an essential part of the lore, I feel. Oh, everyone's got fabulous hair. Oh, yeah. The one vampire who's like basically wearing a USB on his ear. Like, he's just so fabulously dripped out. Okay, I think that's quite enough time to vote. All right, full support. So our trade relations will get better. We didn't even have to pay any political power, nothing. All right, let's close this for a little bit. A month to go still on before we're gonna be able to get started on Tankograd. I think that's gonna just about work out to when I'm going to get 60 political power. Of course, it's assuming nothing's going to happen to drain it from us. Oh, speaking of. All right. We got Bolsheviks in the officer corps. And you might be saying, aren't we Bolsheviks? No, it's the Bolsheviks are a subset of one of it. It's like these are, think of them as like a little bit more like the traditional, they're the Lenin. I mean, it's the fucking Bolsheviks, How much do I need to explain if you're here? All right, Bolsheviks in officer corps in non-important posts. Promote some if non-political. Like, you can be a Bolshevik, but just keep that shit at home. All right. Give them fellas a sign-in bonus. Yeah. They are capable. So it's like, I guess we're gonna say like bring them in. I'm just gonna summarize that as bring ya ass. Can't believe. Oh gosh, feel bad for doing that. I'm making an Anthony Edwards reference, but he's actually been kind of turning around mid-season, even if he annoys me at times. I mean, he's a star NBA player in his 20s. How else is he supposed to act? That's all I'm saying. Why wouldn't you take all this money for stupid commercials? All right, we get a sign-in bonuses. Right. So, lacking political influence. Let me actually read the event. Lacking political influence, the Bolsheviks have identified the military as one venue of gaining power. Bruins and Tukhachevsky met with Yuri Sablin with a proposition. Given the recent mass retirements of officers from the Russian army, experienced commanders are in short supply. While the political leaders talk of downsizing the army and creating people's militias, military men like Bruins and Sablin, polar opposites on almost every other subject, understand the value of experienced, disciplined officers. Many of the former exiles have been educated in French and British military academies and have plentiful military experience not only from Russia but also from Britain. It is obvious that the Bolsheviks see this as a method of increasing their own influence and to possibly propagate their message in the ranks of the military. But the need for officers is real, and the matter is largely up to Sablin. He would personally have nothing to do with these murders of the Essers, but then again, it's not like all the Bolsheviks are fanatics. Wrong Vladimir, but we might. Yeah, so yeah, bring your ass. So I managed to get a friend, a very patient friend, to watch a Suisse video, Hoshimachi Suisse from Whole Live, and what we were doing is I don't remember what order we watched it in, but we watched the. It's like I think it's. I don't. Is it GQ? Yeah, I think it's GQ, Gentleman's Quarterly. They do those videos where they'll talk to a celebrity and they'll say, what are 10 things you can't live without? And so we watched back to back the Anthony Edwards and Hoshibachi Suisei one, because the Suisei one had English sub. Obviously, she was speaking in Japanese, but it had English subtitles. Incidentally, that was an awesome moment. It's like, Suisei is a Gentleman's Quarterly. She really is a prince. So it was funny because, like, I asked him afterwards, and he was like, yeah, the Edwards one was stupid. The Suisei one was fine. Because, like, Suisei was like, I think her stuff was like, oh, I like to wear earrings, and oh, this is the kind of microphone that I like to sing into, or whatever. And then at one point she's like, and I like to eat a lot of ponzu sauce, which is random. But like Anthony Edwards, he's just here's the 10 things I can't live without, and one of them was like a deck of cards, and it's just like, oh yeah, cool, like. Deck of cards is a classic portable way to play. Like, there's 100 card games out there in the world. Heck, you don't even have to do card games. There's actually a horse racing game that you could do just with a deck of cards, and it's actually really great for if you don't have a full deck. Like, you're like, oh shoot, we can't play any games because we don't have all 52 because there's some missing. You can still play with that deck of cards, and then, I mean, that's something you learned in the army, right? You gotta find something to do with them. But anyway, But he's like, yeah, I can't live without it. Got to play spades. I only learned it like 2 days ago, though. It's just, yes, this card game you learned 2 days ago defines your life, and now you carry a deck of cards everywhere. Did Big Card Deck tell you to say this in GQ? People are gonna get, like, is GQ selling freaking decks of cards? What's the Joker? What do the face cards look like? I don't know. Whole Life Girl recently is Kyla. She lives for the grind. Kyla, she's who needs machines when you got Kyla? Her grind, her drive, her methodology, philosophy, all of it is extremely admirable. I've been liking her working with Crony lately because everybody's hyping up the Crony Gigi interactions because it's like, it's okay, you get the hyper chihuahua on a leash being yanked, and while Crony tries to keep her on the leash and gets yanked forward. It's like it's an easy comedy dynamic to understand and appreciate. But the Kyla Crony, like, fishing shit where they're doing some fishing game. Who the fuck knows? It could be Sonic or Zelda for all we know. But it's like they're doing the fishing game, but they talk really sleepy and very dryly when they're making their jokes. Oh my god, the vlogging thing! That was hilarious. And it was hilarious because it's an exception. It was like, usually with those two, it's like a slow cinema humor. But yeah, the vlogging, oh my god, Crony's never beating the allegations. Not judging her, by the way. It's, I mean, someone else being into pet player BDSM is not my business. But that was, oh man, poor Crony. That was good shit. All right, 5 minutes has passed. In the poll, I'm judging. I'm just saying. I was gonna say some very main things about furries. We're gonna move on. So, Bolsheviks in the officer corps with a huge 80%, they've proven to be capable of revolutionaries indeed, so that's going to be a huge boost to our army because it's like, oh, hey, these guys literally have already fought in wars. Because, even if there were people who I don't know, freaking draft dodging peaceniks, because we're talking about officers, we're talking about, like, it's a strange way to say it, but like the rank and file officers in quotation marks. Like, I'm figuring we're not just talking about generals because like, Tukhachevsky's already here. I'm sure it's like, if you're a big dick enough player, it's to say, yo, you're already in. But like, I figure we're talking about the people who are lieutenants, who are captains. That's what we're talking about here. So that's going to help our army experience gain, division organization, command power, and land doctrine cost minus 10%. That's pretty dang cool. The PSR is not going to be happy with that. They're already being uncooperative. We're going to have to throw these people a bone, guys. Let them into the government. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, Crony with the hot ship was great. Yeah. That led to a classic Crony's typical friendly interactions with chat, which he told that guy to kill himself. I mean, it's all in jest. Let's see here. It's like how Bo Burnham he did that song "Kill Yourself," and then he then immediately goes, "Don't kill yourself." You know, at the end, it's like, all right, I'm out of character now. Don't kill yourself. Okay, so the communist synthesis. Remember SpongeBob doing the photosynthesis? Photosynthesis. It's commie synthesis. Commie synthesis. So, why did we, the Russian Socialist Democratic Labor Movement, fail 20 years ago? Many, especially among us Mensheviks, argued that one cannot skip through the phases of history, that one cannot force the material conditions necessary for the creation of the revolutionary class consciousness of the masses. The Nechayevian end justifies all mentality of Comrade Lenin only served to unify the forces of reaction against the revolution and caused much of the proletariat to lose faith in it. Our calls for democratic development of socialism were not heeded. The Western success of the mass organizations of the industrial workers serves as proof of the great revolutionary potency of the labor union movement organized through syndicalist principles. This would not have been possible in the Russia of 1917 with our unfortunately primitive material conditions. However, the past 20 years have seen tremendous rise in Russia's industrial potency, and through our hard work, a rise in the strength of its labor unions and in the class consciousness only strengthened by repression. In 1917, we said Russia is not ready, but in 1937, I say to the working masses of Russia, we are more than in 1917. We are bolder in political will and stronger in organization. We do not need terrorists or agitators anymore to build communism in Russia. We do not need a vanguard of self-appointed leaders of the workers. I believe that the Russian proletariat of our decade is capable of governing through grassroots democracy, following the bright light of the West, and building Russia towards the inevitable communism of the future. Vladimir Osipovich Levitsky in the Congress of the All-Russian Union of Labor of 1937. True words have never been spoken yet. Viva Peronismo! What? Fuan demonic means wholesome. Yeah, you got that right. I'm so happy. I'm couldn't be happier for Fuamoko. Just breaking glass ceilings nonstop. I don't know if anybody ever saw if everybody here ever saw the MV of Fuamoko doing the part of the Kendrick Lamar song, and there's a shot where they're standing in front of a wall, and it's that huge board they made at their debut where they're like, these are all of our goals, and it was like 100 things or more, and they are just boom 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 boom, just check doing all those things. It's going great. So peasants under the PSR have been unwilling to cooperate with VTS peasant policies. Organizations like the Socialist Revolutionary Peasant Union have offered quite sharp critiques, and they've rallied around Spiridonova to pressure us to reverse course. So this has to do with like the land reform, I think, right? So they will obey bayonets. So 54,000 manpower down. Jeez. Well, I mean, I think I said this in the last stream, but like I think what a lot of these events are doing is that they're simulating that essentially yet another civil war has broken out, but without actually, because of how the mechanics of Kaiserreich work, it's not actually having a literal civil war play out where there's like a section of the Reds and the Whites and stuff. I think what this new what the devs here are doing, and I think they're doing it well, is trying to indicate that there has been a breakdown in order post Savinkov. The communists are like, they're trying to strengthen their position. Keep in mind, it hasn't even been a year we've been in charge, so we're still trying to organize the stuff. So yeah, they will obey bayonets. 54,000 people will die. Radical socialism is going to get worse. Oh, this will basically, okay, -2 to PSR. Let's just simplify. People are going to, like, we're going to lose the rural. Yeah, you're Persian and they're gone. You're just purging 54,000 peasants. With Tyler Durden, the profile picture, it's funny. But you're right. It's like, this is actually lending evidence to what I'm saying, that this is portrayed well. We're at 2 with the SRs right now. Obviously, if we order, time to dig some pits for some ditches for some farmers, and it's not for crops. So that'll be vastly unpopular. We really need to fix this, which just says +2. What does that even mean? It just says we need to fix this. But that'll spend our political power right now. So it's essentially, this is going to delay us building Tankograd in a month. We can say peasants are just complainers. And so the anti-socialist resistance is going to get worse. So those are your 3 things. Let me get the poll set up. Sorry, still a little stuffy. SR peasant solution. Purge. Invest in fixing. Or let them yap. All right. Give in to your anger, give in to the bull. So, you guys are making the decisions, not me. Kyla's a great mom for Bibu. Bibu's been funny. I mean, she's always funny. She's cute and funny. Joaquin Segal, happy to see you here. What was I gonna be yapping about? Oh, so I was reading this book recently where I'm not going to say the name of it because it's a fiction book, so there's spoilers. It's not a historical novel or something, or a historical book, but it made me think of the Spanish Civil War, because in this fiction tale there was a nation that had control of other nations that had like a debatable amount of autonomy. And had to see that flogging thing. Yeah, oh jeez, love language barriers and pronunciation troubles. Yeah. So in this novel I was reading, the nation, like, I guess you can maybe think of it like the Holy Roman Empire, like, how you had the emperor, and then it's like, oh yeah, Ulm is definitely part of Greater Holy Roman Empire. It's totally not, actually in reality autonomous. It's like, it's kind of debatable how free, in quotation marks, each principality is. It was that sort of situation. And there's a war happening in the book. Whoa, spoilers, conflict in a fiction novel. And the lead empire area is being invaded, and when there's a war council going on, the question of the autonomy of the nations under them, like, how much are they getting pulled into the war, essentially? Like, this is essentially, the Holy Roman Emperor, if he's based in Vienna, the Bavarian princes are going like, I mean, if Austria is getting invaded, does that mean that we're getting invaded? I said this was reminding me of Spain, and now I'm just talking about Germany. So what ends up happening is that, like, the capital area is going, you're Bavaria. I know that we're Austria is being invaded, but we are going to war. Essentially, and like, it was like a quick thing it's almost a drive-by. and I thought I was very disappointed, especially because it's from an author who, I mean, it's, let's just say this book I was reading, the guy's clearly being paid by the pound to write. And it was just like this drive-by moment. I thought, wow, that was kind of a missed opportunity to have like an interesting political discussion in this book. And then it wasn't talked about anymore. And then way, way later, shock and surprise, the autonomous in quotation marks nations betrayed their overlord, who offered them nothing. Good day, sir. You know, and the reason why it made me though think of the Spanish Civil War was because, I mean, it's like the Basque people who were, you know, you had these regions that were just like, yeah, let the fascists come in if you just give us a little autonomy, because we're not really working with the Republic right now. You know, so it was I kind of felt vindicated that when that shoe dropped. Oh boy, super entertaining stuff to talk about. All right, we'll go ahead and end the poll. Love language barriers. Not to be confused with love language barriers. I'm not sure how that would work. I never actually read that. Did anybody read that? But I remember love language entered like the vocabulary a few years ago. I never personally read that book, but I kind of just via osmosis would hear about it, like that. But I couldn't tell you what they were because it's like there's 7 love languages or something, right? I'm just look it up. What are the love languages? But it's like supposed to be some people. You know, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Here we go. The 5 love languages are words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. Okay. That seems pretty straightforward. So then how would you... Love language barrier. There is like a skit in there somewhere. There's something to be written. Some sort of like comedy thing. Or like a pun. I don't know. PFT gets one. What does get one guide a lot mean? I feel like I've heard that term, but I don't remember what it means right now. Oh yeah. So anyway, we're gonna purge. That you guys said it. You guys said it. Not me. You 80% voted for purge. So we're gonna just the SRs are gonna be out. It'll just be down to the communists and the Danists. So radical socialism is going to be less popular now, and wow, yeah, the totalist wing is at a solid 32%. I kind of feel like, dang, I mean, we probably were gonna do there's been focuses we could have been taking to modify it also. Shit. Damn, I kind of almost want to maybe reload a file. Let me, you know what? I just want to check. I want to check a couple of things. PSR, the dentist. Blue Curl report. Okay, so the SDs will get a negative no matter what, it looks like. PSR. Call her hot gamer girl. Oh my gosh. I mean, all gamer girls are hot gamer girls. That's not true. Nobody likes a junkie. I'm just kind of exploring here. I'm trying to see if there's anything besides this specific branch that's going to modify the relations within the workers collective, because I don't inherently have a problem with you guys making us go full Bolshevik, but I'm just trying to see if it's possible. It's almost like it's a challenge. It's a challenge in a way. Like, because if I reload a save, I'll still do that. Like, you guys won't have to vote again. But now it's like kind of a personal challenge. Like, if the chat is pushing me full Bolshevik, can I still juggle the coalition well enough that it doesn't break apart? Like, so like you know, I mean, like, right, what was the one here? End army factionalism. You know, you'll get to pick something here. So like right now we're basically kicking the PSR out, but if we had taken this earlier, which I guess it's too late to do that, but could we still be holding on to them? It's like, we're purging the peasants, and I know you're upset, so we're gonna let you join the army as officers and take out that anger on killing Germans. Collectivism's hard, seizing power is too enticing. Yeah, but I think it might. Yeah, I think this specific instance, it's not going to be possible. VST and power. Okay. Oh, this one's like just a straight +1 and political power. That's actually damn good. I haven't even been looking at this because you know what? Because we've been eyeballing the liberating Turkestan, because I want to come down here. Just as a reminder, we're going to come down here. We're going to liberate Turkestan, and once we liberate Turkestan, that's going to give us over 100 factories, and then we can develop Academy of Sciences, and that's going to give us a research slot. I mean, that's hardly a Rube Goldberg machine of, you know, goals, but we maybe should do a pivot out of here, because then in 56 days, if instead of going for the self-determination of the people, self-determination of the people also. You know what? This is gonna do a thing in 2 days. Let's actually see what this event is too. I think we are gonna end up reloading. We're making history. Oh no, that's determining this. We're not even gonna have to go to war. Oh, it's just for specifically Kazakhstan. What? Okay, you know what? Look, let me look at my save file real quick. It hasn't... Gosh, we've barely been over a month. Classic CHG. He do be doing that in all his streams. You know what? This is actually a perfect time to end it, because I said I was going to try to stream for an hour. And I'm gonna probably actually stream tomorrow morning. And that'll be because remember I always say Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm always trying to get one stream in. I'll probably will do it Friday morning, because the rest... Yeah, basically my day's looking pretty... My Friday and Saturday is looking pretty full. She's like, my Saturday was full before today, and then I scheduled something for else in the morning. We're talking about Ulysses. Saturday I feel is gonna be one of them Ulysses days. Like that's kind of like, you know how when you read Moby Dick and you start to see whales everywhere. You know, that's you ever start researching something and it becomes a Sisyphean effort. Oh yeah, that's the name of research. I once had a professor who said like he like assumes 80% of anything he's researching is just gonna go to waste. That's his cope. You know, because you gotta cut things. Warhammer lore be like. But so anyway, just like how with Moby Dick you start seeing whales everywhere, like after you read Ulysses, I mean, it's one thing to say Ulysses is about the heroic nature of everyday life or whatever, but it really does, it has an effect. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's gonna change your life. I'm not gonna say Ulysses is the only one since then that's ever done this thing, but like the way it presents, the way you go through a day, and obviously it's an extraordinary day for the main character. He's not having a day like that every day. But like ever since I read that, whenever I find myself when I know that like there's a big day coming up where I got a ton of shit I gotta get done specifically, like maybe there's ultimatum or it's like tied to an occasion or something, that's how I like start to say, it's like, yeah, that's gonna be one of them Ulysses days, those kinds of days where you're thinking to yourself, man, I remember yesterday when, wait, no, that was like 6 hours ago, that wasn't even yesterday. Back indexes are the heroic ancestors who have stored information for the current third to share. Most will never see the light of a general audience. Yeah, but they may have some of those to see. So here's what we're gonna do. Let me make a save here real quick. We're gonna call this full chat vote. And I'll maybe come back here. Like basically we're creating a backup save file. I'm doing that for a couple of reasons. I want to really quickly see here what happens when we say, okay, if we make history, release the Mountain Republic, or we're going to say pursue more limited autonomy. So let's just say if we're making history, what does that do? Oh, that has to do with all of this. Oh, okay. Okay, because then okay, that's why I wanted to do the save file, because I was getting a little confused, because I thought, but wait a second, if this is always going to happen because of self-determination of peoples, what Turkestan are we liberating? You know, would gain us this nationals. Wait, no, this. So what we're gonna probably do in the next stream tomorrow is wait, what the fuck does that event do? Oh, specifically industrial decisions. So we're gonna probably do tomorrow is I'm gonna go back to the save file. We're gonna hop on 5-speed, and because I'm gonna stick by what you guys voted on. But we might then try, instead of taking self-determination of peoples while that's going on, we're going to instead come down here, ally with labor, ally with the Komovites, relations, invite Zealer, social nerodism, relations with SDS are over 6. Well, I think that's impossible. But I mean, the point is, like, just to see if it is in fact possible to maintain a coalition, just for the personal challenge. And these other things all seem to be false. So maybe we might do like this, possibly this, but probably not. Just gonna keep playing around with it, you know? Okay. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Conquering History Games, and I will see you probably tomorrow morning, but if not, by Sunday night at the latest. Good night.